Sucking is good. Let me explain what I mean by that. So many times I think in life we think that if we suck, if we're not good at something, that it's discouraged, it's a bad thing. We get discouraged and we're like, oh, this is never gonna happen. I'm not cut out for this. It's not gonna work. And we tend to give up. But what I've come to see is that actually sucking is good if you know why you suck, if you know what you suck at. Because what's much worse is not knowing why you're failing, or not knowing why you're good, right? So let me give you an example, right? So as I talked about, I'm learning sales, okay? And I'm getting better. I'm getting a lot better at sales. I was really overwhelmed and frustrated at the beginning when I started doing the sales training because I didn't even know how to actually do the calls correctly. Like, I was listening to it, I saw scripts that people had, I was going through the training, I heard other people do it, but I was like, I don't understand even how to apply this to what I'm selling. I don't even know what I need to work on and how to even get traction. But I got to this point where I've got the basic format down. I basically know what I'm doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And now I hear someone doing, let's say, objection handling, right? And they're giving a reframe, or they're talking about, how to think about things differently. They're giving the right verbiage to the prospect that they're talking to. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I don't have that ability. But now I'm happy when I see that, because I'm like, okay, there's reasons why I suck. There's reasons why I'm not as good as what I could be. And I know what they are, right? So it's like, that gives me hope, because I'm like, okay, if I have one particular objection that I'm not good at handling, let's say someone says, I need to talk to my spouse, I need to talk to my partner, okay? And I know that when I get that, I don't handle it correctly, but I hear someone else who's doing it correctly, then I know I could memorize what they're saying, and I could practice that, and I could get to that point where I can say it like they do. And when I do that, then I'm gonna have more success. And that's one piece of the puzzle. Now there's 100 pieces to this puzzle of all these different aspects, but I now have a list of things that I'm not good at, things that I suck at. And because I have this list of things that I suck at, I have things that I know that I can improve on. Does that make sense? Right? Whereas before, when I didn't have that list, when I didn't know even where to start or why I was bad, then it was discouraging, it was frustrating. And so, like, if you suck and you know why, that's the best thing in the world, right? Because it means that you can improve. Now, it doesn't matter whatever it is that you're doing, right? Again, a lot of you guys, maybe you're trying to talk to women, right? And you go out there, and maybe at first you don't even know what to say, you don't even know, but can you identify some of the things that you suck at? So most likely, most of the guys that I coach, the thing that you suck at is actually approaching, is actually getting over the fear of going up and talking to a girl. Okay, so if you can just work on that one thing, then you know that will improve your results. Okay, and then it will unlock a bunch of other things that you'll start to realize that you're not good at, and then you'll know what to improve there. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that you just have to realize that at the point that you know that you suck, at the point that you know that there are things that you are bad at and you know what those things are, that's the point where you can improve, and that's where you should be excited and happy, right? Because look at this, right? Let's say that I was having trouble with sales and I was like, oh, I'm doing everything right. I don't understand why I'm not getting results. That's the worst place to be, right? Obviously you're not doing everything right. What the real answer is you don't know what you're doing wrong. Now that's also where a good coach can help you, right? Because if you're in that place where you don't know what you're doing wrong, getting someone to coach you and walk you through, someone who's done it before, someone who's had success, or even just someone who can see your perspective from an outside perspective, they're gonna be able to pinpoint and tell you what you're doing wrong, right? It doesn't mean that you're gonna suddenly be able to do those things right, or you're suddenly gonna be able to improve, but it now gives you hope to improve. So that's why sucking is actually the best, right? When you know that you suck and you know why. Because if you don't know why, you don't have anything that you can improve on.